Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Mostly good morning. We're catching a sunrise flight. I am perched high up over Cairo. We are on the Great Pyramids of Giza, and this is one of the more sort of underrated or kind of the cool things about Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. The ability to get out of your aircraft, walk around, do a little bit of exploring. It's not the greatest. There's not a whole lot of interactive content out there, but did find that you could do this on the pyramid. So you can climb all the way up to the top. I personally have been up here back in the 80s when they allowed you to walk up to the top. But you can see our helicopters parked down there. Let's walk on over there. Going to take a nice calm morning walk into the sun. Go down and catch our helicopter. Normally you're not going to go down this fast. So it does take a little bit of time to get all the way up to the top if you're walking this in real life. But there you have it. That's a nice sunrise from Cairo. High atop the Great Pyramids of Giza. We're going to go ahead and take off, just sort of recreating some of the stuff I did. If you look back on my shorts, there is a VR flight around Giza. We're going to do the same thing, head back over to the Cairo International Airport and call it a flight. So I do want to thank you for joining me on this flight. If you like this type of content, hit that like and subscribe button. We're going to go over here and get the amazing MH-60 fired up and off over to the airport. Again, Cairo, the pyramids, nothing better than seeing them at sunrise. They also use, I don't know if they still do, but they used to do a sound and light show here. But yeah, we flew the helicopter over here, got up to the top of the pyramid. Now we'll go ahead and get back in the helicopter, fire it up, and then head to the airport. Beautiful, cool, crisp desert morning here. Gonna go over and get in the old helicopter. If you like this type of flying, hit that like and subscribe button. No, we're getting close. We're going to go ahead and enter the airplane here in a moment. We already have all our chocks and covers and everything off since we did fly it all the way over here. We took off from, we didn't take off from the Cairo airport, but we did take off from L1 gate. So, all right, first things first, let's get the old battery on. That way everything's up and running. We'll acknowledge that. We're okay there. All right, we're doing pretty good. Let's get the APU fired. Brake is off. Ignition coming on. We can get that generator on. There we go. Fire number 2. T's and T's are looking okay. Wasn't too bad of a flight over here. Once that gets to be green, we'll go ahead and move the power control knob forward to the idle space. You hear the fuel going in. Wait for the cutout. All right, engine number 2 cutout is on. Start and run. We'll do one quick orbit around the pyramids, take a look at them, and then we will head off to the airport. Kind of tough flying a helicopter in Cairo in the early morning, just simply because of the desert air. The haze kind of gets you when you're looking directly into the sun. So. All right, looks like we've got a good fire on number 2, so we can go ahead and get you and you this way. With that, we can go ahead and get the APU turned off. Everything else is looking good here. We're set, and set. You can go ahead and turn off the boost pumps. And APU generator. We'll turn that off. Alright, into the flight mode and bring our fuel back to direct. Now we just gotta wait a minute for the old rotor to get up to speed. Gas temperature's doing okay for now. Still waiting for those to get all fired in. Everybody engaged. Flying over here at a great approach to our landing spot here. Not necessarily even. Kind of hard to tell how you're gonna or what you're gonna land on in some of the terrain around here. So did what I could. Got it down. Alright, looks like everybody's evened out. We are set, good to go. Alright, let's go take a look at the pyramids, folks. %. Go over, take a look at the old Sphinx. The Great Pyramids of Giza. They do still have the little helipad back there. Didn't want to land there, just wanted to be a little closer to where I could walk up the pyramid. There we have it. We started out right there on the top of that one. There's the visitor center. Go out, come back in. This MH-60 is just I'm more and more impressed how well it does. Used to fly the MH-60 a lot in DCS, or L-60, I guess, in DCS. Very similar. But there's the bustling city of Cairo. Let's fill the windshield with the pyramids of Giza. We'll buzz the Sphinx, then head off over to Cairo International Airport. Feet, still below the pyramids. Amazing structure. Got to do what we can to save them. Just incredible. There's the helipad for Giza. to HECA, Hotel Echo Charlie Alpha, Cairo Airport. There's why it's really tough to get to the Cairo Airport flying eastbound in the morning. We'll land at the little maintenance shed on the, what is that, west corner of the airfield. But if you go back and look, I flew the HPG-160 from an airfield over there into and around, created a little short from it. Got this little flight here so you can compare what 2020 versus 2024. We are in 2024, and the ability to get out and walk around is actually kind of cool. The ability to explore, especially if you've got an aircraft like the H-60. We'll hustle to the airport, get on with our day. Bit of a ridge up there, you can kind of see it. American College in there. Up over the ridge, then we'll be down into Cairo International Airport. Bring the map up. So impressive what they've done with Flight Simulator. This is entirely what I would expect the visibility to be in and around Cairo at 6 a.m. Almost directly to the airport. There's one small military airfield right around here somewhere. And if you ever fly in and out of Cairo Airport in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, the default airport looks pretty good. ATL coming in over the airport. There we go. Airfield inside. Can't even see runway lights. There they are. Let's go over this way, take a look at the old airport before we land over there. Quiet morning on the ramp. Not looking horrible, huh? Can actually land on that roof. I never tried to land on this roof. So we'll just go over to our parking spot and get on with our day. Thanks for flying with me, folks. We're going to get the aircraft parked up, the MH-60. Do appreciate you joining me on a little sunrise tour over the pyramids. There's our hangar right over there. South of the runway. Parking space is gone. Hover taxi to the ramp. Will fit between the 3.7. Down the line, it should be good. Tail wheel first. Just a quid. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Cairo International Airport. We're going to go ahead and get these little fellers shut down. And that's going to do it for our flying today. I appreciate you being here. We'll be back a little later with a longer flight. We might be joining Arcade Mac. He might be joining up for a quick flight. If you have any ideas what you want to see or where you want us to fly, let us know. Or let me know in the comments section. And for now, welcome to Cairo Airport.